be going against Mr. Chung.
哦，原來係打佢。大家好，我叫 Mr.Chung，game 名就叫最愛中少，嚟自香港嘅召喚師，啱啱贏咗亞洲決賽嘅冠軍。
I've never played against him until I think. I really like his hairstyle. You know, the hair going up in the sky like Eiffel Tower.
同呢個法國選手對戰咧嘅信心咧就係咁嘅，因為對方都有暗號。因為我之前3年 SWC 都輸俾咗暗號嘅玩家，希望今年唔會再輸俾暗號嘅啦。
My goal for the World Final is to win, of course. I hope I will win. I think the key monster for my victory during Europe Cup was Sierra. She's very powerful with artifacts, and she scaled very well with every stat, so she became even stronger after the latest update, so I think it was the key.
暗號咯都係咩如果接下來呢個世界賽，我應該都係比較最主要用都係用暗號呢隻過程，但係我希望佢可以出到場。法國嘅選手，大家一齊努力，打出精彩嘅比賽。
Mr.Chung, you know, you may have a cool hairstyle, but it's not gonna help you during the battle.
我會用行動去證明我唔係靠運嘅。
Hey, Mr.Chung, get ready because if you lose, you're gonna need to cut your hair.
加油 ，Mr.Chung！
Go Rosith! Go Rosith!
I like the experience there from Rosith, knowing exactly where to attack Mr. Chung where it hurts. At the hair! Possibly saying, hey, it's luck with the hair. If you lose, you got to cut it off. Rosith, the final returning member from the 2019 SWC Finals, looks to embark on his journey to try to pick up where he left off last year. Finished in the Euro Cup, second place. We heard the troubles that Mr. Chung has had in the past against the Ragdoll, which is why it is Rosith's most pre-banned unit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mr. Chung is a Gianna abuser, and Gianna is very weak into a ragdoll. So I would say that Rosith has the better end of the LDs, and he also has other LDs that we may not have seen before. So he definitely has a better monster box here. I do like Mr. Chung's aggressive playstyle here. So it'll be interesting to see how the two of them split these Prahas, these Okeanoses, these Sierras, and balance with Vigors and Mollies and whatnot.
Stoic thoughts here on your European representative.
Well, Rosith, he's a super strong player. Obviously, does play a lot of ragdoll. I'm excited to see what Rosith has in store for us if he's done his homework on top of Mr. Chung. Mr. Chung played a lot of Light Monkey King, so I'm curious if we're going to see any of that going up against Rosith here.
Yeah, and you see Mr. Chung here last time did win with a resist on a bomb from Zaire, and ultimately was able to claw his way to victory using some very interesting drafts and also semi-aggressive with Vela Jewel, Praha, and additional damage, and Vigor. Be interesting to see how that goes against, how he uses these monsters against Rosith, knowing that maybe he doesn't know that Rosith does sometimes use Eleanor Adaptus, and that can be very strong against Vela Jewel type comps. So be very interesting to see what the two think of each other's boxes here. And we unfortunately only have a best of 3 to be able to see this. They have very diverse monster pools, and it's going to be very fun to see how these two boxes clash.
2 of 2 success here in the qualifiers for the APAC region. 1 of 1 success here for the European region. One of those 100% qualifications will be challenged here with Mr. Chung, the #1 seed from the APAC region, taking on Rosith, the #2 representative from the European region. All right, the final quarterfinals between Rosith and Mr. Chung underway right now. Of course, this match and all the matches from this tournament brought to you by Google Play. Find your new arena and discover the latest and greatest games today only on Google Play. Spam those rows to help out Rosith. Mr. Chung, show up in the chat right now. The final match of the quarterfinals of SWC 2020 starts right now. Stoic, take it away.
That's right. Final match of the quarterfinals. You can see the pre-bans have already gone out. The Gianna and Ragdoll in between Mr. Chung and Rosith. Rosith with first pick here, bringing out that Ciara. Mr. Chung very quick to bringing in that Chiwu and the Gani.
Interesting pick on the Chiwu and the Gani here. I think Rosith needs to go for the Okeanos and needs to decide if he wants to commit to turn one or not. And that second pick will tell you that he is still thinking about turn one and not dipping into Vigors and Mollies here. Does go with that Dark Monkey. We've seen it used a lot. Definitely a very strong unit. Skill 3 with the ability to stun and give defense break. So Rosith showing a lot of aggression here. May round out his draft with even more speed.
We're going to see.
Mr. Chung here might be thinking about Vanessa's, or be thinking about, in this case, Veligil and Hathor. So he completes the Gani Hathor. And we've seen in the previous APAC Cup that Mr. Chung got a lot of Gani Hathor. So we'll see if Rosith is okay being Gani Hathor the entire time. Or if Rosith is going to do something about it and either ban one of them or find a way to consistently be able to reset one of them off the bat.
Well, Rosie's not showing any immunity right now, so I think he has to ban out one of those Gani or Hathors. So we're going to see he does bring in a Fran and wrapping up his draft with an Ethna as well.
Interesting pick on the Ethna here, and the Fran tells you that Rosith there is a chance he lets both Gani and Hathor through when the Fran comes in. At the same time, there is the Gani, Hathor, and Light Monkey on the side of Mr. Chung here. I think Fran's the ban because once immunity falls off on Rosith's team, there's infinite control. So Rosith needs to down a unit off the bat or gain enough control where he is not going to be permanently CC'd.
Well, we're going to find out. This might be a very long match for us. Accuracy lead for Rosie, resistance lead for Mr. Chung, guys. We're going into our round one with Mr. Chung and Rosith. Here we go. Okeanos with first turn.
Okeanos has a very big reset coming up, but again, there is nothing to really do, nothing to follow up with these units very well. I don't think Rosith is in a good spot because Mr. Chung looks like he's going to be able to get his combo off once Rosith's units move.
Ooh, Dark Monkey was able to get that strip defense break on top of that Hathor. Ethna trying to pummel enough damage to get rid of this Hathor as well. Bomb might be settling in on top of that Vela. Maybe that Hathor to eliminate that unit from the field.
Definitely should be throwing the bomb on that Veligil. Does get that resistance. We've seen that resistance happen time and time again here, but that was a lot of damage earlier coming from that Ethna. Unfortunately for Rosith, though, his team is going to be going to sleep. We're going to see that Light Monkey, Gani Hathor combination and that Veligil as well.
That's right, but no sleep is going to be landing on top of Ciara. We have the Veligil buffing up there, pushing up attack bars as well. Skill 2 coming out of that Hathor, not landing on top of that Dark Monkey King, but the resets coming out, getting the attack bar reduction and the reset on top of that Dark Monkey King.
And when you originally said that this was going to be a long game, I was skeptical because we had so many damaged units on Rosith's side, but now that I see that we have a Gani, Hathor, and a Light Monkey, this is going to be a long game here indeed, in which Rosith will be slowly whittled to death.
Yep, there's that third skill from Hathor, looking for the attack bar reduction on everybody. Gets a little bit on top of that Dark Monkey King, but not putting the Dark Monkey King or the Ciara to sleep.
Not putting the Dark Monkey King to sleep is giant and also not really reducing its attack bar, but that stun is massive, allows Mr. Chung to maintain control on the battlefield.
That's right, no additional turns coming out of any of Rosith's units, obviously. Getting an attack break on top of that Ciara, glancing, possibly, nope, I'm sorry, a Ventilate's going to be coming out from this Ganymede.
Ventilate should be going on to that Light Monkey so that he can use skill 3 and continually put units to sleep, and that's exactly what happens. Reduces their attack bar, does actually wake up the Ethna, which could be problematic for Mr. Chung if Rosith ever gets a turn, but Rosith has that slow debuff, and that Ethna is also quite squishy.
Yep, big additional turn coming out of Veligil as well, capitalizing off of that punishment to boosting up his units to get in front of this Ethna and Dark Monkey King. You see the glancing being applied to this Dark Monkey King as well. Maybe another stun coming out of Light Monkey King onto the Dark, not receiving it here. Big punishment, looking to pummel some massive damage here on top of that Dark Monkey King, and once again getting another additional turn with this Veligil.
That's a massive proc by the Ethna, allows it to crit on everything and then have a skill 3 coming up. So that's a huge proc there. And that Dark Monkey also able to stay alive here. Rosith does have a chance to come back.
That might have been exactly what Rosith was looking for here. He got that strip of the immunity on top of that Light Monkey King. We're going to get a seal of magic coming out on top of Ethna.
And actually, we're going to see the Light Monkey take 2 units out here, so might not be in Rosith's hands yet. It's going to be a little tough. He does have that speed debuff on him, which is going to allow Mr. Chung to lap a lot. And there is a Light Monkey Gani on the field, which is almost as good as Gani Hathor.
So many additional turns coming out of this Veldril. Is able to second scale, drop that Dark Monkey King. Ethna looking to go very soon. Gani's going to be the one to finish off the job there. Big punishments coming out on top of that Ciara. No use for this Rain of Stones when everyone has their immunity up.
Yeah, no use. He's just going for damage here. And if you look, each hit does 1.3k damage. That is a lot of damage, but still not enough to win this. Ciara does need to proc a lot of times if he wants to do enough damage to win, but unfortunately is not able to get it.
Put everybody to sleep here. Ventilate goes right back onto the Veldril. Gets the additional turn as well. No glancing is going to be applied here. Looking for a third skill to push up those attack bars, get that immunity up on his team. Definitely the safe play.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter here. Actually, just goes for the kills. Probably the safest to take out that unit there. Now you're looking at 3 units versus 1, and Okeanos does not have skills up anymore.
Ooh, keeping that Okeanos locked down here. Mr. Chung taking that round 1 victory over Rosie.
Mr. Chung actually making that one look quite easy. It came down to Mr. Chung having Gani Hathor and Light Monkey, which is tons of control. If people thought Gani Hathor were toxic enough, there's a Light Monkey there as well. And Rosith is not able to do enough on turn 1 there in order to win. And actually, a lot of it came down to that missed bomb on that Veldril. Being able to bomb that Veldril would have done a lot of damage. If anything, I really do think that bomb likely could have gone on that Hathor as well, just to take a unit out. But either way, he just wasn't able to take anything out and just got controlled for it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. If he had landed that bomb, it might have been a different story because Rosie ended up getting a lot of windows to try and capitalize off of something, and just missing that first initial bomb there to help interrupt that combination that Mr. Chung was throwing down definitely could have helped him in that match. But guys, we're going in to our second match with Mr. Chung and Rosie. Pre-bans are coming out. There's that Gani and Okeanos getting pre-banned in the second match.
And I know why this match is going to be more fun to watch than the other one is because we don't have Gani anymore, which means no more Gani Hathor. We don't have to see that anymore. It's going to be a lot more fun, and we may see some LDs because neither are pre-banned. So I think this one's going to be a lot more interesting to watch, less standard units, and a little bit more overtuned monsters coming to the field.
Well, that Hathor's first pick by Mr. Chung. Rosie looking to lock in that Ciara and Chiwu. Double speed lead for Rosie.
Yeah, Rosith locking in both speed leads early. I'm not sure if he really should have done that because it does open him up to Veldril. Veldril is quite good into both of these units here. And also Mr. Chung is able to keep his draft very open-ended with that Vigor and that Hathor.
Rosie bringing in that Dark Monkey King and a Savannah. A lot of damage there. He really likes this Dark Monkey King. We keep seeing it coming back with Rosie.
If Rosith has a Gemini as a last pick, he probably instantly wins the game. He needs a double strip if he's going to draft this way because he has 2 very heavy AoE controllers in Dark Monkey and Savannah with enough damage from the Ciara. So a last pick Gemini would win him the game off the bat, assuming he outspeeds his opponent. And his opponent, Mr. Chung, has not gone with speed leads, has not gone with Verds. So something like a Gemini with a ban on the Masha, assuming the Masha could be swift, would win Rosith the draft off the bat. Don't know if he has a Gemini in the back pocket, but Mr. Chung has opened himself up to a cleave. And at this point here, Mr. Chung almost has to ban that Chiwu. So if there's a second cleave unit coming, a second AoE stripper coming out, Mr. Chung's in a lot of trouble. And there isn't, we see an Art Master instead.
That's right. Rosie's going to be wrapping up his draft day with a Fire Art Master. Mr. Chung finally bringing out that Gianna and Masha. Bans are coming out.
And I'm not sure why I see a Fire Art Master. That should be a Wind Art Master. If that was a Chung Peng, this would be game over because that's just so much damage, so much oppression. And unfortunately, we don't see that. We see a Fire Art Master. Chiwu should be the ban here, but is not, which is incredibly surprising because Rosith's Chiwu, if its runes are half decent, should go first and enable Rosith to just tee off on Mr. Chung's team. So Mr. Chung is praying to resist gods with that resist lead, but I'm not sure if that's enough to take this game.
Yeah, well, Rosie really looking to take that first turn with that speed lead as well. Chiwu looking to get that full team strip and attack bar pushback.
Yeah, and Rosith's Chiwu actually doing exactly what Chiwu's should be doing here. And so that gives Rosith a huge advantage. He has the ability to stun everything. He has a great opener right now.
Yep, almost gets that full team stun, misses the Hathor, but everybody got pretty much defense break there. Bomb's going to be sitting on top of that Hathor, looking to stun it up with that bomb as well. Doesn't stun up the Hathor with the bomb, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be dropping there. We see the additional turn coming out of the Veldril, getting the immunity and pushing up his team.
Massive proc by that Veldril. If that Veldril had not procced, Rosith would win the game off the bat. Instead, all of Mr. Chung's units are back online, and Masha actually is going to move next, so might be able to take out a unit here.
Yep, we're going to find out, can he get the defense break early in that second hit, capitalize off of it? We're going to find out. Masha aiming to go after that Ciara. Have to go with that nice second skill to heal and get a little bit of sustain into his team here.
Should be using skill 2 that would boost the Veldril over that Ciara here. Ciara quite tanky, did not take a lot of damage from that Masha, so very good build by Rosith. I like Rosith's odds here. I really like his chances. This game looks really good for him right now.
Ooh, Fire Rat Master looking to put that Masha away. Did not get to seal it in the scroll. We're going to see a second skill coming out onto that Masha. Possibly the Veldril. Oh no, goes right for that Masha. Knocks it right off the beast. Lands that defense break as well. Veldril looking to finish off that CR and doesn't not do it yet.
Yeah, and so Rosith actually goes to try to apply some damage to Masha. Very tanky Ciara, but eventually it is going to go down here. So we're going to be left with the Dark Monkey and the 2 other fire units in order to deal with Mr. Chung's team.
Ooh, Vigor was looking to get rid of that Ciara with that first hit. Got the additional turn as well. He's going to leave the job to the Dot to finish off that CR there. Vigor landing that defense break on top of the Dark Monkey King.
Definitely needs to take that risk, and of course that Dot does down Ciara. Rosith is in a decent spot here, but that proc is absolutely massive because it makes that Dark Monkey take so much more damage.
That's right, massive proc coming out of Veldril, really capitalizing off that defense break, sitting on top of that Dark Monkey King. Vigor looking to finish up, not finishing it off there. We see that third skill coming out from the Fire Rat Master, trying to get some buffs up on his team.
Does get the buffs up, but I'm not sure if that Dark Monkey is going to survive another turn. It has a 2-turn Dot, so it's definitely not going to live. There are no more heals on the side of Rosith, and he wisely chooses to put that defense break on Vigor, but again, not sure if he has enough in the tank to be able to win this one here.
Yep, we're going to figure that out shortly. We got that skill 2 coming from Vigor, healing up just a little bit. Anti-crit's going to be out there. He can trap one of these units with a scroll. Does trap that Veldril. The Dark Monkey King is going to be dropping there.
Yeah, the Dark Monkey King does drop, and Vigor needs to hang on for dear life. It does do a lot of damage with that defense break. Does not land defense break this time, but it keeps proccing.
Keeps on proccing, that's for sure. Really needed to capitalize with that defense break, and he did not get it there. But the additional turns are coming through with his Fire Rat Master. A lot of poke damage coming towards this Vigor. No skill 2 sleep happening here. And we've got that Veldril back. Not what Rossi wanted to see right now.
Definitely not. I mean, Rosith does not have enough damage on his side of the field. That Vigor is fire. It does have anti-crit up. I don't see a way that Rosith can take his opponent out right now.
We're going to see another unit get trapped here. He's definitely going to be going for that Veldril. Does land it on this time around. Shreds coming out to get rid of this Chibu. Lands that defense break this time. It is Vigor versus this Fire Rat Master. And there you have it. Mr. Chung gets the 2-0 on Rosie.
Mr. Chung looking quite confident there. Takes that one down. Very interesting to see that the Fire Master was used, but the Fire Master missed so much early on. It really put Rosith on the back foot. And of course, that Vigor did get a lot.